Hey, whippersnappers, it's Tortimer the Grey. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Minecraft from the TimeShot server. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys an update on a project that I've been doing a ton of work on off camera, and we even did a little bit of a stream earlier in the week on this. And want to give you guys an update because we're making some progress here, and I want to make sure I give you guys at least a partial view of it before we're completely done. So I feel like we've done a couple of streams on this. If you guys haven't seen them, they were mostly just derping working streams, nothing that I'm going to really bother uploading, but we did a little bit of work on this. So this is the next big installment out here in the Dry Bones Desert. This is our AFK hub, which is something that I've wanted to do for a really long time, and we're finally getting going on. I think I've talked about it a couple of times, because I mentioned, we wanted to get the iron farm going and things like that. As we're doing work over here and doing work over here and things like that, want to get some of these AFK things going, so that we're capable of kind of getting some stuff processing while we're in the process of doing other work. If I can get tons of iron racking up while I'm finishing building this thing, that'll be ideal. So I've been working on it. What we're doing is we're building a giant pyramid, and I was always kind of, before even season 1 ended, I was always kind of planning on doing this. Had a desert built, desert, was kind of my goal. And then we started season 1, and MK went into the desert, and then MK started building pyramids and things. I was like, no, all my ideas. But I've adapted them, and I think it's actually going to come out a lot better than it would have if I was just doing a standard pyramid. Anyway, so that works out pretty nicely. But I'm building this giant pyramid. It's not an Egyptian-style pyramid like MK's is, but it's more of a Babylonian-inspired build. I'm basing this off of a build called the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, which there's lots of examples of out there. If you Google it, you can kind of see what we're looking at there. But kind of taking that inspiration, looking at how some other people have built it inside of Minecraft, and then kind of making lots of tweaks, pulling different aspects of different builds in for my own purposes. Wow, bobbed and right over his head. Come at me, bro. There we go. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing some work on this. We've obviously spent some time working on collecting the Nitwits out of the villager breeder for the sole purpose of putting in our iron farm, things like that. So let's go ahead. We've got all of our Nitwits collected, and now we're gonna actually. I think I've got them all set now. It's still on. Okay, I was gonna say maybe sleeping would be better for this, but I think we've got everything sufficiently lit up. We should be okay. We'll see. But so our Nitwits are here, nice and protected, and we are going to start today by getting them up into the iron farm here. So let's do that. We've got this pretty much all set up. Let's see, where did that? Oh, did I have like one that was just anyway? Whichever. Hopping back in here. Want to make sure we get this sealed back up. Don't want any zombies coming in and swarming us. Alright, guys. Let's get one of these guys going here just to make sure this is all going to work. Don't want to risk them all if unnecessary. So he swims up the water elevator here. Keep going. I know you're a nitwit, but even you can manage this. There's a good boy. Keep swimming. No. Keep going. Keep going. Right, lots of air pockets. Shouldn't be any risk of them drowning or anything, I wouldn't think. Alright, now he's up. He's in the water flow, and down he goes. Fantastic. Oop. Okay, so he can't get in there, which is good because I don't want him in there. But okay, perfect. So I've got some water there even so that they don't take any damage when they fall. Penny would be very proud. In fact, Penny was here during my stream earlier this week, and she gave me some ender pearls and stuff and approved of the plan so far. So there we go. Don't have to worry about worrisome inspections. Ooh, I've got some hearts going. They must be starting to read the doors up above, which is interesting. I wouldn't think that they would be able to do that, but we're just gonna put a couple through at a time. Because honestly, I think it's going to be problematic if we get too many in the system at once. Don't want them getting clogged up. Keep on moving, Nitwits. You've got a bright new future ahead of you. working the iron farm. But yeah, so we've got to, in fact, let's go, keep moving, boys. Are they stuck on each other? Hope not. It seems like they're moving okay. Don't like any pausing though, that's scary. Alright. Okay, so there should be 3 up here now. I've got a water drop in there so they can even just do that. Let's pop down here. Let's make sure we've got everybody. Okay, yep, all 3 of them are here. We're gonna, each side's gonna have a nice green space here that they can, in fact, I want, ooh, I actually really need to cover this up. Can't have them, I don't want them in there, and then at the same time, if they do that, then they can get out and run amok, which is not the plan. Okay, let's do that there. Okay, so that seems to be working. Fantastic. So yeah, the top of this AFK hub, this top tier of the pyramid is, let's go ahead and head back down here. The top tier of the pyramid is going to be that iron farm, and then we're also going to move like the AFK fisher over here, so I can be AFK fishing while I'm gathering iron. There's going to be like a mob farm that I'm going to build underneath this, and then we'll pipe the mobs up into this drop as well, so it'll all be kind of gathering in one place. We'll have to probably do some item sorting setups at some point, so I probably will put the mob farm a couple of blocks down, just so I've got room to actually get, you know, whatever item sorting stuff I might need. Let's go ahead and get the rest of these villagers going. But yeah, this AFK hub is going to be, ooh, a little bit of a lag spike. It's going to be kind of a huge boost. Are you guys breeding? You really shouldn't be breeding. I don't need any more of you. I've got as many villagers as I could possibly handle at this point. So let's get you guys kind of going here. It's kind of odd. It's interesting though. They're so far down. Usually, with like a breeder, you would, like, in order to keep the numbers down, so like you have a villager breeder like we have over there, in order to keep like the numbers going, you only really have to move them like 16 blocks away or something, up or down or to the side or whatever. Like, so I'm shocked that these guys down here. Now I know Edson tried to do a villager breeder recently, where, you know, it would like breed infinitely because of, you know, he had somebody partially moved and they were reading the doors but not able to read that anybody was in the village. I'm not sure if that's what's happening here or not. I'm honestly shocked. I just put these doors in. Okay, come on. Somebody needs to go up. There we go. See, that guy knows what's up. I will note a little bit of a sad note, unfortunately. We were over at our villager breeder the other day, and was looking for... Penny was in the chat, and I wanted to kind of show her that we had our honored elders and things like that with Burger and Achilles, and see, they're kind of... Some of they must be I'd honestly be shocked, but if they're reading the doors, some of these guys are sprinting in here almost like they recognize that the doors are up there and that that's their path up there, so they're taking the path to get up. Okay, let me check, make sure that this is flowing okay and we're not like killing all these villagers. That would be really unfortunate. But I hear them all up here opening doors, so it seems to be working out okay. See, oh yeah, they're making their way. Making my way downtown, uptown, to the iron farm. Alright, I guess let's keep on keeping on. I do want to close that up though, in case any zombies decide, oh hey, look, villagers. Alright, unfortunately the babies, if they get into the system, might drown. Should be... Okay, I wasn't anticipating babies down here. Honestly, that was never the plan, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those guys. Figure something out, but only green coats are, when we have a strict uniform in the iron farm, and so, come on. Alrighty, well, I'll bring you guys back, and I'll get all of these guys up and kind of put where they belong, and then we'll get the iron farm turned on and see how that does. So I'll bring you guys back in just a second. Well, welcome back. in theory, this was gonna work. In practice, moving villagers around is a huge pain in the butt. I've got this side over here. We've got this in place. We've got 5 villagers here, which is perfect. Oh! What was that for? What the... I didn't even touch the villagers. I have no idea what he was so upset about. Is that still on? Yeah. I don't know what that was about. But we're getting them transferred. I've got 5 in 2 of the quadrants. I've got to get the rest of these guys split up amongst the other ones. But we're making progress. We're making progress. But we just got our first Iron Golem spawning, and he apparently isn't too fond of me. But for now, at least, we're doing okay. Okay, that hurt. Ooh, we've got 2 Iron Golem. Interesting. So we've got enough here to have 2 Iron Golems spawning at once, which will end up being really useful. Means the rates of our farm will be good, hopefully. Crap, and I'm gonna have to make sure I've got everything. Look how far everything exploded. There could be stuff down there. All right, I'm gonna clean back up. I'm gonna get everybody moved around. And then I'll bring you back once we get the water in place, and we'll kind of see what the rates are looking like with this thing. So, I'll bring you guys back. Alrighty, guys. Well, welcome back. We finally got everybody all situated. I did... It's in left, but I did add... Can I scroll up? Slain by Iron Golem, slain by Iron Golem, slain by Iron Golem... slain by Iron Golem. I think I added, like, 5 more deaths to my count while putting together this episode. Oh, hey! That's satisfying. Yeah, try to kill me, huh? Take that. The rates don't seem to be great. It's only a 1 village farm. Like, it's not gonna be super impressive. I AFK'd here for about a half hour, and that's what we've got, including that guy who just showed up. And actually including 6 that showed up. I cleared it out, so really we got like 11 iron in the entirety of that time. I was a little worried because down here I wasn't really getting, like, I was worried I'm too low down here to have them spawn. Because I wasn't seeing any show up for a while there, and I was like, well, I'll AFK for a half hour and see if any even show up to determine whether or not I'm low enough. I feel like at one point, I went ahead and was like running around up a level or whatever, and like 9 iron showed up in here. So I don't know if potentially I'm too low to really be like activating the farm necessarily for the most part. I'm not sure. But honestly, like, it doesn't need to be super high efficiency. I was never going to build like an Iron Titan or anything like that. But I think for at this point, it's probably sufficient. I mean, we're not going to need unlimited amount of iron, and we will be supplementing our iron and other minerals with the mob farm eventually, because now we have the ability to smelt down armor and stuff from mob farm. So we'll end up working it out a system. Like I said, I'm gonna build a mob farm underneath. At least probably. I mean, I was assuming that like standing here was sufficient. What I might do, I guess, is I'm thinking about it, I might like build the auto fisher like directly underneath the iron farm, and then have like the mob farm underneath that, so that like as I'm auto fishing, everything's just kind of running. I don't know. I gotta play around with those ideas a little bit, but I figure at least if we're gonna get some iron spawning, that'll be good. It'll be better than, you know, nothing at the very least. And it really didn't take us a whole lot to get this going. Iron farms, at least in general. Now, obviously, this is a design that I've used, you know, back in like the 1.7 days and things like that. So there may even be much better ways to do this at this point. I really should potentially look into that, I guess. But for now, it'll do. But yeah, so there we go. The farm is ticking away. And that means I'm open to kind of continue work on this whole thing, which will be exciting. I'm looking forward to getting this all in place. I've got a really cool design in creative that I've been working on, and so I'm really happy to hopefully So I think we took a world download. The last world download happened, and I hadn't even started this yet. It was just the red square that I'd done a ton of terraforming on and things like that, flattening out the desert so that I could have the base of this thing in here. It's a 70 by 70 square, so it took a little bit of time to get all of that in place. Most of the sand stores that I had left were used up in the process. But yeah, so we got that in, and so I'm hoping to have this, at least the exterior of this, completed by the next world download. So it'll be kind of like, oh, red square to giant, Babylonian pyramid. That'll be awesome. And hopefully that'll be possible for us. I think it will be. The design I've got is, obviously it'll be a little bit harder to recreate in survival, even just because we can't fly to do the building and things like that, but it's really not all that labor intensive. A lot of it is even just columns, so like, most of this space will still be open, but with some columns in here to hold up the wall and everything like that, so I think that'll end up working out pretty nicely. Haven't made a ton of progress. We can go over here and take a look at the donator hall, because I wanted to kind of get this in place. Now, I honestly don't know if this is going to be loaded while we're over here. I don't really know how that works, but we at least have it in place, so if there's an opportunity for it to be loaded, it'll be loaded, and that'll be fine. Yeah, no, it should be fine. It should be fine. It's just not a. I mean, none of the farms. I mean, it's just a one village. I'm not building an Iron Titan or anything. It's just a one village thing, so that'll be all right. Not super impressive or anything, but that'll be fine. But yeah, so we've got our giant pyramid, which is all made out of sandstone, so you can barely even tell it's there. But once we get all the greenery and water and everything on it, it'll look pretty sweet. I know Poet's mentioned in a couple of his episodes, and I mentioned as well. So essentially, like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, it's kind of a pyramid, but it's got flowing water on it. It's got greenery, so we'll have probably like tree farms and crop farms on this thing as part of the design. But being in the middle of a desert like we had, unfortunately, we pretty much had to cover up the entirety of the oasis that we had in here. I was planning on building up we had like a natural little pool of water in the middle of the desert. I was planning on turning that into like a legit oasis, but this build was just too big, so we ended up not being able to do that. So I get that we're like surrounded by water, so it's not such a big deal, but like we're in the middle of a desert. I'd kind of like to, because the thing, like the water starts at the top of this thing and then is going to flow down. It would be cool, and I've talked to Poet, and I know he mentioned it in a couple of episodes, even one of his more recent ones, but I would love to get us to a point where like build an aqueduct from Poet's place. So he's getting all these natural waterfalls from here. We may even have to put in an unnatural. I've got to find. So this is like the center point. I don't know how well that's going to line up with the stuff. I mean, maybe if there's one over there, but he doesn't want it crossing in front of this build, I'm sure. So I don't know. That may not end up working out. We may just have to kind of fudge it. But if we could get like an aqueduct flowing from Poet's place into the desert to provide life and water, this will be like all the water and greenery in the desert now will be from this place, sort of thing. I figured that'd be kind of cool, but I don't know if we'll be able to make that work. I didn't really build this thing with like positioning it for that in mind. It's a pretty big build. It's kind of going towards the edges of all of our boundaries, so we don't really have much choice there. But anyway, I think that'll be fine. But yeah, so good. The iron farm is in place. Not going to be the most efficient. I probably should look into some other designs. I mean, now that the villagers are up there, I feel like any design we do should potentially be, pretty easy to maintain. Let's actually pop up here really quick. So this is a. Oh no. Oh no. Why is there skeleton stuff here? There should not be mob spawning. There should not be mob spawning. That's really bad if there is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. See, they're all bunching up here, but it looks like they're probably all in place still. Good, good, good. Yeah, mobs should not be spawning up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We look like we're okay. We're okay. But this thing's a. Oops, I guess I do need to eat, but I was trying to throw a pearl there. Yeah. Any evidence of mobs though, that's worrisome. I need to take a look at that again. But yeah, so we've got them in the quadrants, which is going to make things a little bit easier here. We've got the inside of this. So the iron golem should spawn in here, and then flow to the center, and things should work out just fine that way. It's a 2-level design here. Ooh. Ooh. Well then, there we go. It's a 2-level design, basically the same up here as it is down there, but just with the spawning area of the iron golems, they should spawn in both of these areas. Now there's not. Oop. Man, we're not doing the things that we need to be doing today. Let's sit up on top of this if we can. We're not gonna make that. Oh yeah, we did. Perfect. Okay, so I don't have any torches. I guess it's possible that some of these areas are just dark enough, but it should be pretty lit up here. I'm really concerned that there was skelly stuff there. I don't know where that would have come from. Kind of disconcerting. Because if we have like even one random zombie spawning up here can ruin this entire village. I need it. This will be eventually roofed off and stuff, so that that won't really be an option. But that's something I need to take a look at, because that's a little concerning. I guess it's possible that like over there, like here, over here is potentially. Let's grab this and we'll pop it there just to be safe. Anyway, this whole thing is going to come down at some point. Anyway, this is just the water elevator to get the villagers up. I really have no other plan for this. Probably save the materials to use for the mob elevator once we get that in place. But anyway, so yeah, that's basically what we're looking at. Let's pop down and see if any golems spawned while we were busy. No, nothing. So yeah, probably a huge waste of time in general, but probably if we had spent all the time we spent doing villagers, like mindless mining instead, we would probably have more iron than we will eventually get in the time that we'll have to spend. But that's okay. It's an AFK farm. It'll eventually pay off, right? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Next time, I don't know what we'll be doing. These episodes are going to be a little more, infrequent, especially for the time being, as I'm trying to finish off a couple of other series. I've got Pokemon Sun, which is close to finishing. I have Stardew Valley, which I'm getting close to being able to record the finale of that series. I've got the Hexathlon, which I'm still trying to get a final death montage for. So there's a couple of other series that, like, if I could wrap them up, it would really kind of open up my brain space for me. And so I'll probably be working on this. Views on TimeShot stuff has dipped a bit anyway, so like I haven't been like, I did all of this other building off camera and I haven't really like felt bad about it. It's like, well, I'll just do what I'm gonna do then, and bring people back when I feel like bringing people back. But we've got some potential collabs coming up and things like that, so it'll be good. But yeah, I've been working frantically in my Jurassic World series because I'm getting to the point where it's like, okay, we're getting close to episode 100. I wanted to have the park done there, so putting brain power into that, and then trying to get that to a point, because I think near episode 100 that series might go on hiatus for a little bit, because I might be burning myself out on it trying to get everything done by episode 100. And plus, it's kind of one of those series, like both TimeShot and Jurassic World are never-ending series, so like I never get any break in the hardcore Minecraft work. I might want to do a couple of other Minecraft type series. Maybe like another little Pixelmon mini-series. I haven't done Pixelmon in a long time, or maybe try and figure out how to potentially get a season 2 of Minecraft Lord of the Rings going or something like that. But I can't do that if I'm constantly running 2 other Minecraft series that take up a ton of time. So, that one might be going on a break. So we're potentially opening up a lot of time on our schedule for now, and basically I'm just doing building on this and digging out in there, and things that you guys don't really care to see anyway. So yeah, TimeShot's been, I think it's been like 3 weeks since the last episode, since today, so I do feel bad about that, but yeah. Anyway, just, you guys understand, life is busy. Other members of this server, just sometimes it's being grown adults and trying to do things sometimes becomes an issue. Huck's been putting out a lot of content recently, but he was he missed like the first 6 months of this season, so just kind of putting things out when I can and things like that. I know you guys understand because we've got a lot of other people who are pretty infrequent at this point too. So anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys the completed build here once that is done. I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be awesome, and you guys are going to really like it. I promise you. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep an eye out for TimeShot streams, because while I'm doing some of this building, chances are I will have some kind of just mindless streaming going on. So keep an eye out for that. If episodes are going to be a little more infrequent, it'll probably be because we're doing lots of streaming work, stuff that's not fit for episodes, but stuff that would be worth at least hanging out with people while I do. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see you all back here next time. Alrighty, guys, have a good one.